I'll give you a very interesting example. Okay. Um, in your house, in your room, or wherever, have you ever had a situation where, let's say, you're walking around the house and you see something that is fallen down? It can be a tissue, it can be a cloth, it can be something that is out of place. And you see it, but then you don't bother. It can be something dirty, it can be a ball, it can be something that is out of place. You see it, you notice it, you know that it should be sorted out, but you ignore it. The same way, let's say, for example, your car or your scooter or your bike, you know something is wrong, but you say, nah, I'll do it later. Or let's say there is an issue, there is a problem. You know what it is. Example, a toothache, or you're having throat pain. Now, you can call this as procrastination or laziness, whatever. But one thing which I've noticed is, if you tend to have this behavior pattern where you see something and you say, I'll do it later, or you ignore it, you tend to repeat this in many areas of your life. And sometimes you tend to repeat it in seemingly very serious areas. For example, let's say in your office, there's a colleague who you have a problem with. Or let's say your boss, your manager. There's an unresolved issue. Normally people, what they say is, it's okay, I just forget it. Just don't want to get involved in it. But normally what happens is, the same issue or problem becomes bad to us. Like for example, a toothache. You say, nah, I hate dentists. I'll just leave it as it is. It becomes bad to us. And we tend to have the same habit in many other areas. For example, I'll give you some of the key areas. One is your health. I'm pretty sure most of you are a little overweight, have cholesterol, or maybe blood pressure, or you're borderline diabetic, or you have some health issue. But you're like, nah, it's okay, man. It's nothing serious. Or let's say you're smoking cigarettes. And you say, nah, I'm not addicted. I can stop anytime, but you don't stop. Or alcohol. No, man, I'm not addicted. I just drink one peg every day. Okay. Or let's say your job. You have an issue with your job. You know that you might lose your job, but you don't think about it at all. Let's say they didn't pay you salary on time, or there is tension brewing between you and the management, and you keep saying, no, it's okay, forget it. I'll tell you, all these issues which you tend to put off, at some point it just explodes. For example, a toothache. You can ignore it as long as you want, but one fine day it'll become unbearable. Same thing with health. Diabetes, blood pressure. You keep ignoring it, and one fine day you realize, shit, I'm diabetic. One fine day you realize you have a heart issue. One fine day you get a stroke, or you get a heart attack. See what happened to my wife's father. He always had pain and all that, but he kept saying, nothing. One fine day he just died. Even people who get in touch with me about their job, they say, Loy, I knew this from 1 to 2 years, but I kept putting it off. Now I've lost my job. See, even me for that matter, I also was very much like this. I used to always say, it's okay. When I lose my job, we'll see then. Oh, when I need money, then we'll worry. No need to worry about the bank account. I used to keep procrastinating. Even my health, procrastinating. I was, 125 kilos. Today I'm like less than 70. it will come and bite you in the ass. And the sooner it comes, the better it is. But the later it happens, or the latter it rears its ugly head, and by the time it's too late, yeah. And especially when you have, age, you only grow older. You don't become any younger. So the later you start dealing with the issue, the more problems that there is. Like even with my wife, I'll give a simple example. Sometimes there's garbage to be thrown. She'll just leave the bag down and she's lazy. I say, why don't you take it? No, I'll take it in the evening. Why don't you take it now and finish it off? Or let's say sometimes I check the bike. I feel something is loose. Yeah, like if even petrol, sometimes petrol is less. Tell me, go fill it and come. No, we'll do it later. Why later? Do it now. Sometimes I see, my wife, her hair, she keeps losing, shedding her hair all over, and instead of cleaning it immediately, I'll sweep it in the night. No, do it now. I've used this approach of doing it now, doing it immediately. I don't know, maybe ever since I came here, from the age of 40. And I'll tell you, it has changed my life for the better. Why? Because when you finish a task immediately, then at least that is out of the way. And sometimes you just don't know that the very task that you completed is actually a game changer. It's actually saved your life. Let's say, for example, you didn't think of filling petrol, and at night one day when all the petrol stations are closed, you had to go for an emergency. I think on a grassroots level, at a very small area, okay, this might seem very innocuous, like just cleaning the house, keeping things in place, things which are getting expired, or your health. But when you look at a more serious thing, like for example, your health, your wealth, your skills, your job front, relationships, don't wait until it's too late. If there's something that needs to be sorted out, do it now. Because the further on you leave it, the worse it'll get, the bigger it gets, the more complex it becomes. And sometimes the very fact that you were able to attack the problem when it was, like its infancy, will solve a hell lot of things. That is why, if there's garbage, if there is any servicing to be done for my scooter, the internet, the house, anything, sometimes, like they say, preventive measures. Don't wait until the worst is going to happen. Do it now. And, it saves you a ton of headache, man. For me, today I use the same approach where my health is concerned, where my education is concerned, where my skill development is concerned, where savings are concerned, relationship. Even if I'm dealing with a customer or I'm dealing with a person and I feel this person is saying something or behaving in a way that needs to be addressed, I don't wait until it's okay, man, forget it. Person says some shit, just talk. No, deal with it now. Address it immediately. Sort it out. Because always remember, it only becomes worse. Whether it's a problem, whether it's a behavior, whether it's money, whether it's an issue, don't worry. And the faster you deal with it, the better. Yes, it will be very uncomfortable. Yes, it will not be very pleasant. But the very fact that you dealt with it, it'll save you. Like this, stitch in time saves you 9. So I've used this approach when dealing with people, when dealing with clients, when dealing with relationships, money. You would say that it's the best thing that you can ever do. So next time you see anything in the house, it is out of place, broken, down, or something related to your health or your job or your skill level, or you're dealing with a person, or something that you're not very happy with, deal with it immediately. The further down the road you leave it, the more you'll regret. Like they say, stitch in time saves you 9. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Good, bad, ugly, feel free, comment down below. This is me signing off. Chal, take care.